This is an orthokeratology case where the patient is getting superior decentration in the lenses while sleeping and resulting in reduced treatment and funny looking post-wear topographies. If we look at the pre-wear topographies, the corneas look pretty normal, fairly spherical. The only thing I see is the eccentricity is a little bit low for both eyes. And when I see that, I just kind of keep in mind this is probably a patient that will be a little bit harder to mold. Treatment probably will not come as quickly, and we may need to look at other lens designs to get full treatment if we can't get there with normal intrapalpebral lenses. So I'm going to bring up the lenses, and the first set that was dispensed to the patient were designed in RSIM, and I think that's perfectly fine. If we kind of spin around, we see that we're getting really good alignment with an RSIM lens, and so I don't think it's necessary to complicate it. I would leave it in RSIM. The second design, I believe, went to a freeform lens design, but I don't think we really have to. One other thing that was done was a larger lens, and I think that's a fantastic idea. For the right eye, I would go all the way up to an 11.5, and that'll give us more room in the periphery of the lens so that it can hopefully align a little bit better. When we do that, I think wave shifts are OZ and IC, so I'm going to just go back to our standard 6268. Another thing we can do is to reduce the front optic zone width, and what that does is kind of thins out the outer mid-periphery of the lens, so that what we want to do is shift more mass to the center of the lens. I'm not sure this makes a huge difference, but we're going to change the lens anyway, so why not? And I'm going to make the edge just a little bit thinner, so hopefully the lid will squeeze a little bit more here and just push the lens away from the upper lid a little bit more. Okay, and then also with the superiorly decentering lens, increasing sagittal depth of the lens will help. So right now we're probably close to 0 microns clearance. We want to get up to 12 to 15 microns here. So I'm just going to click down until we're a little bit past halfway towards that 20 micron line. So we're right at 12 and just under 15 there. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of central clearance, but I think if you put the new lens on the patient and look at the fluorescein, you should still get pretty good central applanation. The final thing we want to do is set the power of the lens. So initially it was low ones. For a -3 cornea, I usually start around a 1.4. And because of the low eccentricity and the fact that I think this patient's going to be a little bit harder to mold in the first place, I would start maybe at a 165, so a quarter higher than 140. And so I'm just going to click up here until we're at around 165. Okay, that's pretty close. So we've got a larger lens, reduced the front of the lens, adjusted the thicknesses, power, and also sagittal depth. So I do the same thing for the left eye. There's a 0.1 millimeter differential that I also measured, so I'm going to do 11.6 on this side, 6.2 and 6.8. Again, we can reduce the front OZ and reset our thicknesses. Okay, we're going to get this lens to overall be a little bit taller. We'll give it one more. I wonder if we can get this to align a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. So we'll drop this down. Okay, just under 15 microns there. And then we want to reset the power on this lens. So around 165 or 1.7, this eye has a little bit more minus. And now we've got similar looking lenses for both eyes. So hopefully these lenses will center a little bit better. The better centration should give you more correction in the myopia. Um, Sometimes with low eccentricity patients, I do switch them to semi-scleral lenses, which work quite well when the intrapalpebral lenses are failing. But I would certainly give these lenses a go and see if it helps your patient see a little bit better. So best of luck and thanks for watching.